Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Timeless with Tinu. Another day, another blessed day. Yesterday was awesome. Okay, thank you for joining, Agnes. Thank you so much for joining. Yesterday was awesome. It was the first day of the 10 questions show that's I just started. So we have another guest today, another beautiful lady is joining us today. So I hope and I believe that it's going to be an enlightening, like yesterday was, an enlightening time and show. So I think we just it's wise to just wait a few minutes for a few people to join in, and also to wait for my guests. Waiting for my guests to join, and then okay, great. I'm going to share to everyone. Let's join me. Okay. Yes. My guest has joined. I see you, sis. Just trying to share link without as many with my distribution list. Okay, now. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Everyone that has joined, thank you for joining. I'm going to bring up my guest shortly in a few minutes. Okay, yes. Where are you? Where are you, guests?
Hi.
Sister, I'm soaking your cane in brine.
How are you doing, sis?
Finally.
Finally.
We've been at this for, let me say, years. Because it's not today. Abi? Don't let me tell you the way you are paying me. The vengeance is who is for God, Abi.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Glowing as usual.
Thank you, Pastor T. Wow, good to see you.
Yes. So
I can see we're both in green. I got the memo.
I'm telling you, I struggled with what to, wear, and then I ended up with this. And it wasn't on my list on what to wear.
It's good.
But then that's how God works, because I'm telling you, that's wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, that's good.
Yes.
Okay. So, for the benefit of everyone who has joined us, and someone is greeting you here.
Yes, that's Pastor Taiwo.
Pastor Taiwo.
Hello to him.
Hey,
Hi,
my
Pastor
brother.
Taiwo. Thank you.
In fact, do you know, it was as I was preparing for this that it occurred to me that we met through Kende.
Oh, yes, that's true.
If you recall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Small world.
Wow. And I sent him a message. I said, do you recall that And with your sister today, we met through, I just remember that because I tried to think of, okay, where did we meet? How
Yes.
did we meet? And it just
Yes.
occurred to me that it was true,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Day.
Yes.
And
Great work she
of
is
course,
doing. Yes.
thanks,
Yes.
my brother.
I
Thank you
must, I
so
must
much.
commend you, sis. I mean, it's a great work you're doing. I mean, helping relationships, helping homes. You know, you're just, like I say, you're a gift to the world. You're a gift to this generation. God bless you. You know?
Thank you, sis.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for all you do too. You know, sometimes people don't understand that a word of encouragement
Yes.
maybe what's between one just dumping it all and wondering
You're so right.
what's the point,
You're so
you
right.
know?
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yes.
for some people that appear strong
Mm-hmm.
like us,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, for whatever reason, people are ungenerous,
Yeah.
stingy
Yes.
with words of encouragement. It's almost like, oh, you're going to do it. Then one person will do something that you have been doing all your life, and because they didn't expect the person to be able to do that, everybody is applauding, and you're wondering, hello, I've been doing this
I've been doing
thing.
this.
What? It's like people just think, oh, man, let her do it. And for every time, I don't know if that has happened to you, for every
Yes.
time I thought that I'm going to give up, I'm not doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
God just sends
Send you
somebody,
somebody that you've touched
and
one way or the other.
somebody that is almost a stranger.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
not. You know, if you tell me some things, I say, Sabine, she's my sis. She's supposed to tell me, you know, things that she thinks I want to hear.
That's right.
But when it's somebody that you don't
A complete
even,
stranger.
yes, a
Mm-hmm.
complete
Mm-hmm.
stranger.
That's right.
I was in Ekiti when
Yes.
a couple were arguing. Can you imagine the heart of Ekiti? They were
Mm-hmm.
arguing.
Yes.
They said it's
Yes.
her. The husband said it's her. The wife said it's not her. They
Mm-hmm.
said it's her. So they stopped me and said, are you timeless?
Yes.
I said, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The husband said, I told you. And then the cheeky wife said, but I thought you were taller than this, that you look big.
They don't realize good things coming.
I
All
like
these
the
small packages.
camera.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
But we thank God. We thank God.
We do.
So this time, I'm going to explain what we're doing today is
Okay.
10 questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you 10 questions
Mm.
that you have to answer.
Yes.
The 11th question
Okay.
is the bonus one that you can ask me.
Okay.
Anything,
Okay.
anything you can ask me.
Okay.
Now, you may decide I know everything about you, and I don't want to ask, which is fine.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You know, but those 10 questions would go through them. And the essence and the vision, so to speak, is, you know, I've always said this, the secret of anybody's success, of giants, of successful people, of people of note or what are in their stories.
Yes, that's true.
And maybe that's why Jesus was a storyteller.
Yes.
Jesus was more of a storyteller than I want to preach a sermon.
Mm-hmm.
His sermons were rooted in stories, parables,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what we remember. So
Yes.
that was what was, thank you, all those joining. Thank you.
Mm.
Okay.
Good to have them.
There's somebody, Senior Bosse. There's somebody, Happy New Year, Senior Bosse. Sosa. She said she's a
Oh,
Sosa.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes,
I noticed
yes.
them. Yes.
Those are your AGC Benin people, Abby. Okay.
Yes.
So, so really, it's in your answer because you never can tell who is listening, who is going to stumble. I have a lot of people who go behind and watch and rewatch, you know, and that's what we are called to do in the world. And that's the essence of what we do. That you never know who you're helping. You
That's right.
never know who your story is going to encourage. You know, I have that. I have people, apparently I have followers all over the world. I didn't realize until somebody told me that her sister in Ireland follows me, and I'm like, are you kidding me, Ireland? I have, you know, and the person didn't know that she was my friend. You know, so she was talking, I said, ah, that's my friend.
Yeah.
And are you sure you know her? I said, yes. And that's how it is. And that's why we do what we do.
Okay.
Apart from that, there's a lot of misinformation. The enemy has taken over the media.
You can say that again. Yes.
And that's why I'm consistent in coming on, because, you know, what we hear.
Yes.
Faith comes by hearing. If we are not speaking, we can't be speaking only in church.
That's right.
We have to speak to the world. We are called to the world, not to the church.
Yes.
So good. Question number 1.
Okay.
Oh, I need a bell. I have to be doing this bagam after I do question number 1. Bagam.
Okay. Question 1. I'm ready.
Yes. Recall that everything is shrouded under love, relationships, and family.
Yes.
So question number 1. Who is Abosede Osho?
Wow. Who is Abosede Osho? You know, I like to describe myself as the incredible daughter of the incredible God who has given me, Abosede, incredible testimonies. So I live an incredible life because I have an incredible father. So that's who Abosede Osho is, and she's a mother to 3 wonderful young adults who give her joy, you know. So that's, and you know, I see myself as somebody who likes to help the young people, you know, to make an impact, to be a mentor to them so that they can do life and do it right. So that's what Abosede Osho is in a nutshell. Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so number 2 question. What is love to you?
Oh, what's love?
What is love to you?
You know, everybody is, you know, I remember when we all watched Love Story when we were younger, and you know, when we were in school, they would say love
Yeah. Everybody had the fairy tale and they lived happily ever after, kind of, you know.
You know,
Until your first heartbreak.
Exactly. You know, to me, you know, love is consideration. You know, love is compassion. Love is putting another person where you would want to be. You know, so love is a feeling you've never felt. You know, is a feeling you feel that you've never felt before. No,
like you never
love is just consideration. Love is just consideration to me. You know, love is doing what not sounding Christianese, you know. Love is just,
yes, please. I don't want you to sound Christianese. Next thing is that you start quoting scripture. We know.
So it's just consideration, you know, consideration for the other person. That's it.
Consideration.
Yeah.
Okay. So like putting the other person or being in the other person's shoes.
That's right. That's right. Always put yourself in the other person's shoes. Always know where they're coming from, you know, and what would you do? You know, we have this cliche in the Christian world of what would Jesus do? So what would you do if you were in that person's shoes? You know, that's why I say it's consideration. It's just consideration.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I would accept for today.
Question 3.
Question number 2.
Is it 2 or 3? We're on 3 now.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
3.
We're on 3. Sorry. Because that first one, I threw it in because I felt it was necessary.
Okay.
So I would readjust. You're right. You're on 3. Now, in a world where there's so many theories and based on whatever anybody has been fed with or has been raised with, do you believe that there's only one person God has chosen for someone to love? And I'm talking of romance now, as opposed to love everyone. And do you understand? You think
Definitely.
it's just one person?
Oh, romance, of course, it has to be one person. Yes. Yes.
No,
That's
you are not getting me right.
yeah.
I don't mean one person as having just one partner.
Okay.
I'm saying in terms of, so if you met this person and you were supposed to be together and for whatever reason it didn't gel, does
Okay.
that mean there's nobody else?
No, of course not. Definitely not. Well, definitely not. It did not gel for a reason. For you to meet
Okay.
the person that God has ordained for you. That's the way that I look at it. So there's somebody, the reason why something goes wrong is so that it can be right the next time. So if you felt that, oh, that was the person, for it not to have worked meant that that was not the person. So there is a reason why it didn't work. So it means that it's an opportunity for you to try again and get the person that is meant for you.
Okay. Okay. So really, basically, it's not like, okay, because there's, because recently I read a story that really got me angry about a young lady who committed suicide because her boyfriend said she's not doing again. I said, how? In a few years' time, she will look at the guy and wonder how she was ever attracted
you
to
can say that
such.
again. You know, I said this thing I think it was last weekend. I was at a social function and I saw somebody that we had gone to primary school together. And his junior brother was also at that function. And I said to the junior brother, and I said, you know, thank God for some of the things that we wish we had and God saves us from them. You know, you won't believe that I actually had a crush on this your brother. You know, I'm telling you.
And then you look at the brother and wonder, how?
Last weekend. And I said, and today I can say, oh, thank God it never happened to you.
No, but it's true. I really wish this is a message that young people and old people need to hear, because you wonder if you look back and wonder. I mean, I'm a crush, plenty crush.
Yes,
Then you
right.
not look at the wondering
that
how
we look today and ask ourselves, how did I ever think that?
There are people, let's even leave crush. There are people that one would date that in years by, unless they, even if they put knife to your neck, you will never admit.
That's right. That's right.
That person.
I say to my children and to the young ones, I say, trust me, in a few years down the line, you'll be fine. You'll get better, and you're going to say to yourself, what did I really see in this person? So don't think that one relationship not working, you know, is the end of the world.
Then that means another wouldn't.
I do not imagine how anybody would want to take their life over one relationship not working. When, excuse me, the market, I mean, the course is clear. There are many people out there.
Oh my!
You know something about me is that if something is not working, I always say, you know, tough luck. I mean, I try to, you know, say, well, is the person's loss? Is their loss, really, truly? If a relationship is not working, is their loss. So mine will come to me, and that's it.
Yeah, and I think that's in thinking, knowing that you're a prize. Yeah, I'm a prize. So if it's not working, get out. Let somebody else. Don't block way for somebody else.
Yes. True.
You know.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Now, question number 4. We're on 4 now, right? What would you say is the greatest challenge of being a mature single?
Wow. The greatest challenge of being a matured single who is a Christian, who knows that there are boundaries, there are things you can't do, is that you do find out that I take that back. I won't say everybody. I'm saying that most people who want a relationship with you, they're looking to get physical.
What?
Who want a relationship with you?
Okay,
You know,
yes. And they wonder what the hell is wrong with you.
Yes, do you understand? So I think that is the major challenge is I ask myself, why can't you even get to know the person and know the person very well? Why is it that getting physical has to come in? You know, I've seen that. So for me, I've just resigned myself to think that, you know what? I think most people are just looking for a physical relationship. So if they're not going to have it, they don't want the relationship. So let me just wait. The day God brings somebody my way who wants me for who I am, not just to get physical, then, you know, I will have that relationship. Maybe it's easier for me because I've been I was in a marriage before, I've got children, so I'm looking at, you know, there's no big deal in but it would be more difficult for somebody who is a single, who has never been married, does not have children, you know, and everything like that. Maybe the pressure is less for me because there's some things that I have or that I've achieved. So those things don't really matter to me. If I don't have a relationship anymore, it really doesn't matter to me. But for somebody else, so I don't want to put, you know, another person in my shoes. So I put myself in that person's shoes, who maybe has not been married before, does not have children. They'll be thinking differently from the way that I'm thinking. But the truth is, for me, those things that are my boundaries are my boundaries. You know, my religion ties me and everything like that. I have to do what the word of God says I should do. So that's it.
And also in fearing God,
Oh
because
yes, it's a fear of God first. Definitely, it's a fear of God first. Yes, that's
yeah,
fear of God
I
first.
agree.
Yes.
Okay, so what would you say? I mean, this is to perhaps, we're on question number
6 now.
no 6K. No,
Yes, going to question number 6. You know, yes.
because you know, as we are talking,
Yes.
I'm generating more questions. No, I think we're on 5.
No, we're on 6. Okay, but it's okay. Go ahead.
We're on 5. So what is your coping mechanism?
My coping mechanism. You know, like I say, what you don't think about, you don't it will not be a problem to you. So I think I'm at that point where it doesn't really matter to me if that I should be in a relationship, really. And I think that's my coping mechanism. It's not my priority. It's not important for me at this time. Yes.
Okay.
So I don't dwell on it. I don't dwell on it. Let me say that's my coping mechanism. I don't dwell on it.
Okay, yes. It's not something that you're thinking about.
No. So I don't dwell on it. No. If it comes, fine. If it doesn't come, it's not something I dwell on. I don't even.
Okay.
Yes, I don't make it
so
an issue.
Let me bring this next question. I have to rearrange because that's statement.
Yes.
Now, what happens when, because we're flesh.
Yes.
Yes. However, how spiritual we are, we are still flesh.
Yes.
What if you meet somebody that you are very attracted to? What do you do?
Oh, if I meet somebody that I'm very attracted to, you see, the thing is, that's why we always say that you flee any appearance of how do they put it?
Of evil. Yeah, but the person is
Any
evil.
temptation,
Wow.
you flee temptation. The truth is,
Okay.
if you meet somebody you're attracted to, you know. Do you understand? You know. And
yes.
You will know, you know, and everything like that. So it's to always have it at the back of your mind that there are boundaries, you know, and discuss with the person. I'm attracted to you. I know this is, but there are boundaries which I have, you know, and everything like that. So if
you are willing to walk through the
go with me, fine. If you're not, you know, and that's it. You've been attracted enough to get physical with somebody, but then, you know, the light bulbs comes on that, you know, when I say get physical, I mean somebody, you know that you're attracted enough, and before you know it, you've stolen a kiss, and you're like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? let's be real here, you know, and you quickly say, no, I can't do this, and that's it, you know. But like I always say to people, you know, the physical aspect, especially for somebody who has been physical before, like I've said, I was married, you know, so for somebody who has been physical before, the first few years are really the difficult years because it's something you've always done now. You've always done it and everything like that. So the urges come, you know, and everything like that. So you just say to yourself, you are not in a relationship, the urges come, you know, you manage the urges. Like I said to somebody, you know, at the time it was cold water therapy, a cold shower. You know, when you go under a cold shower, every
So
urge.
cold, what you're saying now, cold shower works for women as it works for men.
Well,
Because I know it's men that they say go and take a cold shower.
yeah, I shall know that at those early stages, it's worked for me, and you know.
You know why these are questions, you know, we've talked behind the scenes before now and everything.
Yes.
Now, these are the things that we just don't talk about. It's assumed that just get on with it, and I don't know. And I think it needs talking about because there are people to be helped. People make mistakes. I mean, as a counselor, I can tell you people who, out of not knowing how to, you know, have gone into things they normally, you know, wouldn't have gone into. And you find people who normally would have been, what's the word? In a committed relationship and would not, you find them in different, you know, situations just because they no longer have that committed relation. So things they would normally not have done. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
You know, I always say to people that if you make a mistake, don't stay down. Just come out of the mistake. Just get up, you know.
And learn. Yes. Fall down, get up.
Yes, and move on, you know, and everything like that. It's not wallowing in the mistake, or you think that because you've made the mistake, you should continue in the mistake. You know, it's not once saved, always saved. You know, it's not grace covers everything, you know, and everything. Like, you should always know that it's okay to make a mistake, but you can rise from the mistake and just move on and onto what is right for you to do.
Take the lessons and walk.
Yes.
Okay. Fantastic. Cold water therapy.
Cold water. Cold shower. Cold shower.
Cold shower.
The truth
is, well,
like I said, is those first few years that are difficult.
After
the first few years, I tell you, it means nothing anymore, and that's the truth. What you don't dwell on is not a problem for you, and that's the truth. What you don't dwell on.
And I think if I'm having this conversation with a male, it might be a little bit different.
I'm sorry, certainly.
I mean, the same question, because I'm thinking, yes, women, except you're very sexual kind of person. I understand what you're saying, that after a while, it just becomes, you know, like you don't think about it.
That's right.
So,
that's right. That's right. Yeah. You
so
I want to say something.
Okay, go on.
You know, that you see, the thing is that you do have even married couples who the woman would say to you that their husband does not touch them for 10 years. Their husband.
I have one that said for 20 years. Sis, 20. So I don't know how 20.
Exactly. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. So you're saying to yourself, this is a married woman. She's there. She has a husband, and she has not been physical in 20 years. She's not there. You know, so sex is not food. It's not food, and that's the truth. You know, so that's what you use in encouraging younger people. We're not saying that you should be in a marriage where your partner doesn't. In fact, that is sin for even your partner to have you and not touch you. Do you understand what I'm saying? But the thing is, why we're using these examples is to show that sex is not food. It's not the ultimate. You can actually do without it. You can.
Yeah.
So it's saying to yourself that I'm not in the right situation to have it, and I won't do it. So, and it's not a difficult thing to do.
Okay, thank you. So, we're now on 6, Abby.
Yes.
How do you?
I may have to move because it's getting dark in here. No, I'm saying it's getting dark. So I may move, but it's okay. Just go ahead. It's just to get into somewhere, more.
Okay, where there's light.
Have light. Yes, so that they can see my face and not think maybe,
Let everyone see the beautiful face.
No.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, great. That's better. Okay, fantastic. Now you're a beautiful woman. I know you've been told several times. I know you know. So this is not a debate. This is a statement of fact. And not only are you beautiful, I like that you take care of yourself. I like a woman who takes care of herself and is evident. I can't stand women just showing up anyhow. And it's not about riches, it's not about the label of your clothing or your bag or your whatever, but it's just about, putting yourself together. Yeah. So, having said that, how do you ward off unwanted advances?
The funny thing is, I think even if people say all manner of things, there are people that even when they're not well put together, people still approach them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
We know what
So
we're asking unwanted from maybe people that, or even married men, or even your friends' husband.
Yes.
Because that happens.
Yes,
I mean, we're keeping it real.
That's true.
Even pastors.
Yes.
Call, who just think that because you are not married, you are easy prey. You are desperate. Yes. Let me help you.
So that's why I always say to people that don't get into inappropriate conversations. Inappropriate conversations can bring about things like that. So once you don't get into inappropriate conversations, I think people can be careful around you when you don't have certain kind of conversations with them. But when you let go and have some, any kind of funny conversation, they have the right to bring anything towards you. Do you understand? So when you don't have inappropriate conversations, just make sure that you have appropriate conversations with people at every point in time that will make them, that will give them a message that there are certain things that they can bring up with you, and certainly you won't have to deal with those things. So that's it. Yeah.
Okay. So we're on 7 now, right?
7. Yes.
I would commend you. I think you've done a fantastic job with raising 3 children.
Thank you.
It can't be easy, honestly. And I do think that single parents,
I always say that, is God.
Don't really get that pat on the back. That is because they deal with the same things a couple deals with, and this is 2 people managing it. Then they in fact, they sometimes even get it worse.
Yes.
Because of various, when there are 2, you can sit and talk about it and decide on this is where. But then when and then blame the other person, even if something, or say we made the decision together, if something goes wrong.
Yes.
Because an assumption that things will always go right, or our decisions will always be the right one. So the question here is, having said that, what did you find to be the one major challenge in single parenthood?
Wow. Single challenge, major challenge in single parenthood. You see, for me, I believe that parenthood is parenthood. You get the same challenges whether you're a single parent or I think for the couple, you have the advantage you have the added advantage of having both of you, you know, be there for the children. And with a single parent, it's just you. So what are the challenges? Challenges of you don't have anybody to share responsibilities with. You know, I mean, that's the greatest challenge, you know, not having somebody to share the responsibilities with. You carry everything, you know. So like I always say to people, I mean, thank God for God, you know, because I mean, if not for God, where would I be, you know, even as a single parent and everything like that. So that's the greatest advantage of not having somebody to share the responsibilities with, not having somebody to share the burdens, to share everything with you. So basically, that's it. That's the greatest challenge. You know, you going all the way alone
All the
and
way,
not having.
and then
Yes.
sometimes children don't even want to listen because they don't believe. It's different when two people are saying the same thing.
Yes,
You know,
everything boils down to it that you're the one alone, you know, doing
oh
it as a
no,
single
yeah.
parent. Yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we thank God. God has helped you
We
to this
thank God,
stage,
though. We thank
and
God just
it
for
will
God.
continue to, because it can't be easy, honestly.
Yes, yes.
Honestly. Okay, so we're on 8 now, if I'm correct.
Yeah. So well, 9 now or 10?
No, you
9,
never reach. Mind
9,
yourself.
till 9.
Are we on 9?
You've been asking me lots of questions. 9 now.
Because I have actually had questions,
Okay.
but in the course of doing this, another
Yes.
question will pop up,
Okay.
and it's better to tie it with what
Okay.
I've asked you
Okay.
previously. So I think we're
Okay.
on
9.
9.
9.
Okay, let's
Yes.
do 9.
Mhm.
Okay, so in your life, who has been the greatest influence in your life?
The greatest influence in my life is God, though.
God,
Yes,
apart
so
from God.
God,
I know
God,
you say
God,
God. Yes, in
God,
everybody's God.
God.
Apart from God,
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying somebody of human flesh,
I
somebody
I won't
that
say
God
just
has sent to you that you believe.
I won't say just one person,
Okay.
because I believe God has blessed me with a great community of family, of friends, you know, of the church. So I have a whole great community working with me, you know, who have been influential in everything that I've done. So it's not just one person. I've got great family members. I've got fantastic friends, you know. So and so that's it. And I've got the church, you know, my pastors, you know. So it's a great community.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, from what I'm getting, anybody listening, it's better to just surround yourself with
Oh yeah,
a good,
make sure that you
yeah,
have a good support system at
support
any point in time.
system.
A good support
Yeah,
system. Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay, great. So number 10,
Mm-hmm.
and I do have to ask this
Yes,
question.
yes.
And I know you know that it is Tinola that will ask this question.
Only you, Tidola. Don't.
Only me.
Okay, go ahead. Uh-huh.
Do you ever think or pray for a restoration of your marriage?
Oh my wow, Tino, how can you do this to me?
You know
Oh
nobody else
well,
will ask
no,
you
but
this
well,
question, not me.
how can Tino do this to me? Okay, now you've put me on the spot. We're live, so you know one thing that I always say is that with God, you know,
All
you never
things are
know.
possible.
You never know. Yes, people say, you know, all things are possible with God. If you were going to be asking me as a person, hey, Abosede, I would say lie, never. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's the truth.
Yeah.
You know, I love my peace and I want my peace, and but you know, with God, you can't,
All things.
you know, if God, like I have a friend who that happened with. Thank you very much.
Whatever the issue is.
So she said, I mean, God told her, so she had to. So I don't know. But if you're asking me, my person, I will say lie, but with God.
But you're a child of God and listen to God and
Yes.
okay, so I get it.
Yes.
I get it. But then
Yes.
it was important that I asked this question.
Now you are satisfied. You've done
And
this,
I'm
Abby.
satisfied.
Holy
That's why you love me now, and I love you too. You know the
I
kind
love
of
you.
things
I
that
love you. I love you. I love you.
yes, and you know everything is coming from a good
Yes,
place. Good place.
I know.
Yes.
I know. Yes.
So now your question for me.
My question for you, Tinu, would you do life again with your husband? You know, a lot of people cannot answer this question. Would you do life again with your husband?
I would over and over and over again. And that's because, and this is not a
I'm clapping
cliche.
for Pastor. I'm
No,
clapping
no,
for
no.
your
This is
husband.
not a sis. This is not like a cliche because
I
you
know.
say you know us.
I know.
Yes,
I
I
wanted you to say
would
it. I wanted you to
because
say
I
it.
have the greatest support. I have
That's
somebody
right.
who loves me.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
As even as you know, whatever I am,
Yes.
whatever my husband loves me.
Yes.
Me.
Yes.
You know,
I
and he
wanted you to
says
say
it.
it.
You know, when a man tells you after almost 27
Yeah.
years of marriage, I can't believe that you are his. Abba.
That's right.
You know,
I
so and
actually
it's my
wanted you to
support.
say it as
Yeah,
an encouragement to a lot of people, you know, that
absolutely.
you actually can
That
find joy
I'm
in your partners,
yeah.
and you can say to yourself that, you know, you can do it again if
Yeah.
given the same person. Thank you,
Yeah.
Tino. Thank you for that.
Since you know us, so
Yes.
it's not like you know us in house, so it's not in house. So it's not like
So not everybody has a bad story.
no. And
I
maybe
know.
that's why God has chosen me to do well because I have a
Yes.
testimony. I mean,
Yes.
it's not because things haven't gone all right
Yes.
before too,
Mhm.
you know, but then
Yes.
I have a testimony today, and
That's right.
that's why, you know, I mean, I can't even think of anybody else that can. I can't. Possible. Only on me for life.
That accepts you with all of you.
Love every inch of me.
Yes.
Even sometimes
Yes.
when I say this tummy is big, say, am I
Right.
complaining? Leave the tummy. I love it like that.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
On my head is square. Say, I like square
Yeah.
heads. Oh,
Oh my
So, I
God.
mean, it's been a good one, and
It's
full
been
of
Thank you
laughter.
so
You know, I
much,
love
Tino.
you,
Thank you.
sis, and
Yes.
I pray that the Lord will continually uphold you and,
Amen.
you know,
Amen.
help you, and
Amen.
you will certainly reap the fruits of your labor.
Amen. Amen.
In
Amen.
Jesus' name. And
Amen.
I know I'm going to be one of those that when Ashwebi is ready,
Yes,
the
so.
Mama
Yes,
Ashwebi,
so.
you
By
say,
your grace.
you know,
Yes.
Ashwebi is 100K. I have to look for it by fire, by force.
Thank you, Tinu. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love
Thank you for
you.
doing
Thank
this.
you for
And well done.
coming.
Well
Yeah.
done. Well done on all you're doing. God bless you. God
Yes.
bless you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
God
Thank
bless
you,
Thank you.
Tony. Thank you.
All right.
Yes. Okay
Bye,
then.
everyone who tuned in.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bless
God
you.
bless you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Okay.